Hello, everyone, and welcome to the April 4th Analytics Group Sync, Product Analytics Group Sync. Let's go ahead and take a look at the build board. Cool. So the environment connection for the clusters is on hold pending the snowplow integration, which we'll talk about a little bit more later in this meeting. We've got updating the schema to remove specific referrals to product analytics on Elwin, which is sorry, I'm on the wrong side. So logging is something I'm still working on. Kevin's got an open issue for that. I don't think he's joined the call. And then Rob, you've got output incorrect visualization definition. Nothing to say about this still open, or anything you want to call out here?
Nothing to say. I've not dived into it just because I'm on high priority items at the minute.
Great. I just pulled this one into the milestone. So this is updating our product analytics worker to integrate with the Snowplow's configurator service instead of Jitsi. So making sure that we're ready to receive events and everything in the stack set up to do so. So that is, still shows it's blocked, so I'll fix that. But that's ready to pick up, or at least start kind of putting together the implementation plan from the back end side of things. Other than that, hey, Kevin, good timing. We've got an issue design for determining where to put the instrumentation detailed after sharing the dashboard listings. Is this still blocked?
No. I believe we have a path forward. So I just kind of need to go to it.
Got it. Cool. Let's move on then. In terms of blocked issues, is there anything we want to call out here? I think they're all yours.
Sure. Yeah. I have some updates. The Fitch dashboard configuration from the backend. I've gotten some feedback. Thanks, Alan, for linking me to the applicable issues for the backend. With this, I do wonder if we can technically. I think I can unblock this, and we could technically start with this in the next following or future milestones. But I do wonder if we should wait to first consolidate the storage locations. Because that means we might have to do work again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm just calling that out. I'll also note it on the issue. The next following three ones I think are all related to the GraphQL bug where that is blocking my MR because I'm just remembering. Because waiting for events isn't being returned when Cube throws a no database error. I think Alan just has a merge request that fixes that is currently passing through the merge pipeline. So once that is merged, I'll confirm it, and I think then everything can be unblocked.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. And then we've got Cube query rendering document available visualization options. Lena, is there anything you wanted to call out here?
Not for now, so I'm just starting out with the draft for that, and I think I will reach out to Jan with some questions or clarification to see create the issue. Yeah.
Okay, great. Then we got updating the funnels API to return Snowplow compatible SQL. Alan, is there anything you wanted to call out here?
Yeah, sorry, that should be in review. I've got the MR ready to go. I'm just kind of testing it and then submitting it to review.
Great, awesome. And then Jan, you've got adding a add dashboard button on the analytics listing page. Anything to call out here?
No, I have been focusing on higher priority work. Yeah.
Cool. Max, anything with the Cube schemas for Snowplow generated columns?
I'm not sure. I thought that was done, but I'm wondering if there's a reason why it's not there.
Okay.
I will have to double check, but I'm pretty sure the updated Cube schemas are merged in. I'm just
they're already there. Yeah.
So yeah. And maybe I left it there because of funnels. We hadn't had a separate issue for funnels yet. Leave it with me. I'll check and probably close it later.
Sounds good. Cool. And then I don't know if Khalil's jumped on the call yet. So he has a follow-up for saving custom dashboards, but we can check in on that later. And then Rob, you've got the next two issues in dev. Anything to call out?
Yeah, I have proof of concepts for both of these. I've had some great feedback from everyone, so thank you very much for chiming in. This is very much an area of the code of work that I'm not super familiar with, but I'm learning as I go. So hopefully I should have these in, at least one of these in review by the end of the day, if not two, fingers crossed.
Nice. Cool. As far as what's in review, as mentioned, we're holding on the deployments until the snowplow integration work is done. Then we can start going through dev staging and production, verifying it as we go along. Ellen's got an issue here for updating dashboard schemas. I don't know if there's any update here. Nope. So just keep going. Want to host snowplow collector inside the project analytics deploy cluster. This is done. This is ready to go. So add that to that. This one was just moved. And then we have verification for consolidating product analytics feature flags. I think we have to actually still separate one out, and we can double check that later with Halil. You've got add empty state to panels from Elwin, which is in verification. And then Alan, you have the remaining two issues as far as what's in verification. Anything to call out here?
The reflect errors, the second MR that just got merged, so hopefully
Nice.
that should be closed pretty soon.
Great.
I'm not
All
actually
right.
sure what the dashboard configuration verification is waiting for, so I will check into that.
Got it. Cool. Then I believe our last item was around the blog post. So we've got a couple of other design issues for auditing what we're doing in the heuristic evaluation. Kevin, is there anything you wanted to call out here?
Nope, nothing specific. I shared a video summary, and that's about it.
Great. Cool. Then Ellen has fixed a couple of bugs here where line chart visualizations axes don't start at 0, and the visualization designer should fail gracefully when the cube data fails to load. We've also got a application setting for the collector host now, so our instrumentation documentation should be usable in terms of copying and pasting it directly. And then the snowplow collector is officially inside of our product analytics cluster. So as soon as we wrap up the integration work, we can start beginning our plan for switching over to snowplow. So that about wraps up. Sorry, I wasn't checking chat. You added an issue, Max, that you were working on. Yes, that's right. Cool. Anything to call out here?
Other than that, I've wasted 3 hours today on a really, really simple bug where I updated the ClickHouse password and didn't restart the pod and spent literally hours trying to figure out why I couldn't log in. So it's been a learning experience, that's for sure. It should. I'm going to have the proof of concept probably working some way during tomorrow, my working day.
Sounds good. And thank you for spending that to tell everyone else to restart your pods whenever you change the credentials.
It is in the working session me and Dennis did. All of these issues came up right at the end when nothing worked.
Yeah.
I wish I confess I did not watch it from start to finish, and that is my mistake.
We'll have to throw that perhaps in the documentation somewhere. Cool. So that wraps up the build board review, unless there's anything else anyone wanted to call out. All right. I had a quick kind of wanted to poll the group on like anything that we might be missing in terms of this snowplow rollover, so we can get that all updated and good to go. Because as soon as we do that, then we actually can figure out how we're going to operationalize everything, and that will give us clarity in terms of what we can move forward with like the remaining back and front end work we'd like to do. So I'm just kind of wanted to poll the group, and it could be async or it could be here, but if I'm missing anything in terms of what needs to be updated, and so we can make sure that we have issues for everything. I think for updating the snowplow, updating the backend for the snowplow configurator, we have an issue there. Cube schema is already there as we reviewed in the build board, but for the onboarding flow and like making sure that we like are able to switch everything over, that would be dependent on what is changing on the back end, as well as like making sure that we have feature flags for everything so that we don't flip things over when snowplow isn't ready. So Rob, I saw you have a comment here.
Yeah, I need to say that the onboarding, we have a graphical endpoint that the front end makes a mutation request to. So as long as the input and output of that is still identical, then there's nothing for front end to do. It should just work. So as long as the back end feature flag to toggle between the two, it should be seamless.
Sounds good. We are using an app ID, so we could bring those over as far as the setup process. The only thing is that we would need to update the SDK on any of the like currently running projects so that it will start sending events to Snowplow in the Snowplow format instead. And Jan, you have a comment here. Do you want to vocalize or should I?
Sure, it's very minor, but the front end does specifically reference the Jitsu key in the query for the instrumentation details. So we'll just need to rename that to app ID, for example, but that's super small.
Yeah. Cool. I'll create a couple issues to wrap everything up, but it sounds like other than that, we should be mostly good to go. All right, then is there anything else anyone would like to bring up or talk about? All right, then everyone gets 17 minutes back. It's good to see everyone. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. Good rest of your week. Take care.